and and this diagram is a representation of diagrammatically. That means we can represent any anatomical picture in two form. One is the diagrammatic form and one is the cellular form. This type of representation of anatomical structures of any parts of the plant is called diagrammatic representation. There is no cellular structures are drawing. That means we are not drawing the cells and after that this is that, right? So this type of presentation is called diagrammatic. So this is the common structure. Always epidermis is found outside, and in the center always pith will be formed, and in between the pith and the epidermis is a cortical region always found, and these structures or vascular bundles are always found in the centers a little bit center to the periphery. So these structures are called vascular bundle, and vascular bundle are the combination of the phloem and the xylem. As you know that xylem and phloem, you have learned in the class 10th also that the xylem and the phloem are the important transporting tissues in plant. They are transporting water and the minerals by the xylem, and the food and the other components are transported through this phloem tissue, right? So one more thing is there, between the xylem and the phloem is procambium is found, right? So this was the representation of diagrammatically of any anatomy. It is also called a fundamental tissue as it forms ground tissues. Now we are talking about the parenchymatous type of tissue, right? So parenchymatous tissues is also called the fundamental tissue as it forms ground tissue. In this picture you can see the ground tissue is basically is what is performed or is made by the parenchyma type of tissue. So that is why it is called a fundamental type of tissue. Here you can write this point. The parenchymatous tissues are also known as a fundamental tissue because it forms the ground tissues. That means we can say in this way forms a base, right? So the parenchyma tissue are those tissue which forms the base of any kind of higher type of tissues. So that is why it is called fundamental tissue. So there are different kind of parenchyma to perform various functions. So let us learn them one by one. First we will learn about epidermal parenchyma. Here is the picture. Outer one is the cuticle. Anywhere you can see the epidermal layer is the outer lining, but in some cases you will find a extra lining is also present on the epidermis. This will called as a cuticle. So cuticle is always found outside the epidermal cell, right? So epidermis is the outer covering. If cuticle is present, so cuticle will be the most outer covering layer. So after epidermis you can see the parenchyma cells are found. This parenchyma cells are basically, this portion is called cortical region, cortex region of the tissue, and this cortical region is made by which kind of cells? Parenchymatous type of cells. So they form an outermost covering of the plant body called epidermis. So epidermis is basically what we are talking about, the epidermal parenchyma. So this is the parenchyma tissue which form the epidermis. So they form the outermost covering of the plant body called epidermis. They are covered with cuticles to protect internal tissues. If cuticle will present, that function will be protective. That means it will protect the internal tissues. In some plants, the epidermis has cellular hairs or glands bearing pores called stomata. And you know that stomata are found on the leaf surfaces. On the lower side of the leaf, the stomatal tissues are found. So these stomata are basically incorporated between the epidermal cells, and this epidermal cells in some plants get incorporated with the cellular hairs also or some glands also. So first picture is a diagram of or a picture of glandular hair which is arising from beside the epidermis. Just imagine that one cell is normal size cube like cell or rectangular cell, and when it get perforated or when it get emerges out in a long hair like structure, it will be called as a epidermal hair, or we can say it as a cellular hair. And one cell is a perform as a glandular cell, and next is one is not performing, but one by one leaving a one cell perform as a glandular hair. In the next is the picture of stomata. Here you can see the outer one is the epidermal cell. After epidermal cell, the subsidiary cell is called, the inner cell is called subsidiary, and after it this, the innermost cell is called it is called guard cell, and the inside, the most inner side is called stomatal pore.